Right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear my voice?
Salam, Dokter.
Yes, yeah, Tiang.
All right. Thank you, Sensei. Okay. I'm sharing the slide first. Okay. Can you see the slide?
Not yet.
Not
Yes.
yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So for today's, we are going to conduct the briefing sessions on the open-ended laboratory, and we are chosen sublimation as the experiment to be conducted. Okay. So what is actually open-ended laboratory? Okay. Is it clear? My slides? Okay. What is actually OEL? Okay. Or the full name is open-ended laboratory. Okay. So we are expecting that from this open-ended laboratory, students should receive sufficient laboratory works in order to complement engineering theories that is learned through lectures. Okay, so you have learned the lectures of the content of this lab before this during your previous semester in organic chemistry. So now in this course, you are going to conduct practically. Okay, the laboratory should help students develop competence in executing experimental work. Students should work in group. Okay, normally, open-ended laboratory is conducted in a group base. Okay, preferably not more than 5 members in a group. So in this case, in this course, okay, I have arranged one group that consists of 3 to 4 persons, okay, 3 to 4 persons, depending to the total numbers of the students in one section. So you can see your own group in the UTM e-learning. Okay, I have arranged it into to the respective group. It is expected that a significant numbers of laboratory work shall be open-ended with clear CO and PO. Okay, throughout the program, there should be adequate provision for laboratory or similar investigative work, which will develop in the future engineer the confidence to deal with complex engineering problems. Okay, so normally, open-ended laboratory experiment, okay, you can see here, you are um you are being assessed according to the ability to design the experiment with the available instruments. So in this course, okay, you and your group members need to design the experiment based on the given or the provided laboratory glassware. Okay, we are provided. Okay, we provide to you all the instrument, all the glassware, and also equipment. Okay, based on that provided equipment, provided glassware or instruments, you are going to design this step. Okay, the step sequentially. Okay, then second, you also be assessed to identify the appropriate instrument for the assigned problem. Okay, look, let's say you know the step, you know the procedures. Okay, so based on this known procedure or identified steps, okay, you need to identify the appropriate or suitable instrument or glassware to be used. Okay, so this is based on the right procedure, right process, that to be conducted. Finally, you also be assessed according to the ability to identify the variables, results, or information to be collected. Okay, so at the end of this open-ended laboratory, you know, okay, what are the variables to be manipulated and what are the variables or parameters, okay, need to be evaluated, okay, or responded. So you know the manipulated, okay, you vary the manipulated variables. Okay, at the end, what are the responded or depending variables that you will be collected at the end of the study. Okay, so you can imagine the uh, constructed of graph. Okay, so you know that graph consists of two axes. The x-axis is manipulated variables, and the responding variables is stand for the y-axis. So the y-axis is we call the data collected. Okay, the result that you need to show to us. Okay, so normally the level of open-ended laboratory is consists into three levels. Okay, these are the three levels. Okay, the first level is consists of the problem is given, the procedure is also be given to the students. Okay, however, the answer should be found by student themselves. So this is the what we call the very easy or very basic level. Okay, so it is normally conducted at the diploma or the first year students. Okay, or maybe some of the case that involve second year students. Okay, level two. Okay, level two. The problem statement is given. Okay, however, the procedures, which is the design of experiment, is not given, and you need to discuss with your group members to find it. Okay, to design the procedures. Okay, make it sequence step by step. Okay, and then the answer, the data collected, table also be designed. Okay, by the group themselves. Okay, so this is the second level is harder compared to the first level. Okay, now for the third level, okay, we do not provide the problem statement to the students. So we ask students to decide the problem themselves. Then from the decided problems, you need to discuss the procedures and also the answer. So this is the third or the hardest level. Okay, so it is normally conducted at the what we call that, the higher level of uh, studies such as master study, okay, final year study, okay, under final year project, okay, also and PhD study. So the problems normally we just give a general problems. Okay, we are not specifically identify what is the actual problem. So The students need to define themselves. Okay, so according to the understanding of the open-ended, okay, for this course, we are going to implement the second level of the OEL, okay, the second level of the complexity of OEL, which is we provide you the problem statement, okay, and then we ask you to discuss, okay, with your friends, with your members, group members, the procedures, and also find the answer. Okay, so you can see here what is the difference between the implementation, okay, the implementation of OEL before and after. Okay, so before OEL, okay, the level of experiment level 1, because the procedure is given. You can just follow all the procedures to implement the work, okay, to implement or to complete the lab task. Okay, however, after the implementation of OEL, okay, so regardless of any level 1 to 3, okay, you need to design the procedures by themselves. So you can see here the method and technique. Okay, so in order to design the experiment, pre-lab presentation is necessary. Okay, pre-lab presentation is necessary, okay, or required, okay, for level 2 and level 3 in order to approve your selected procedures. Okay, so this requirement is important. Okay, this pre-lab presentation requirement is very important. Okay, in order to decide, okay, to decide your procedures, whether it's correct or not correct, whether the selected apparatus is also correct or available in the lab or not. Okay, so this pre-lab presentation is a must, okay, for OEL for level 2 and level 3. Okay, then for the assessment or rubric, okay, after OEL, lab conduct has bigger percentage with which cater for the design of experiment requirement. Okay, all right, so then we can also see back, okay, the outline, the course information outline. Okay, you can see here for the pre-lab presentation, you are going to prepare a group proposal. So group proposal is specifically for the open-ended implementation work. Okay, then after you prepare this group proposal, you are able to deserve for the mark under this CLO and also PLO1. Okay, CLO and PLO1. Alright, so group proposal is a must so that we can advise you the appropriate steps taken, and also we can see or we can evaluate your collected, your expected or anticipated data or results. Okay, then besides that, okay, besides the pre-lab presentation, you are also need to prepare a lab report, okay, that consists of that fulfill CLO2, CLO3, and CLO4. Alright, so this is during and after the hands-on practical. Okay, for the pre-lab, it also it is only comply with CLO1, and during the hands-on and also that data results presentation, it complies or it align under CLO2, PLO2, CLO3, PLO8, and CLO4, PLO10. So you can see CLO3 and CLO4, this is under peer assessment rubric or peer assessment evaluation by your peers. So please make sure that you are work cooperatively with your group members so that you can deserve for the high mark. Alright, so this is basically the descriptions of the open-ended. Okay, so for this project, okay, for this open-ended, okay, I classify it under project-based learning, where the students in a group of 3 to 4, actually it is depending to the whole number of students in one section. Okay, we'll propose a set of design experiment by written and oral mode. So by written is actually the you need to propose a proposal by computer type proposal, and you need to present the design of experiment that you have decided with your uh, group members, okay, a week after. Okay, students are required to conduct the experimental works based on the approved proposal, analyze and interpret the data obtained, synthesize the information to provide a valid conclusion, and justify the results and discussion by the theory of the experiment. So this is important, or pre-lab is important so that we can approve your step, the procedures, the selected of instrument or equipment used. Okay, then the data, the anticipated data collected at the end of the experiment. Okay, then what are the conclusions that you can make from based on this experiment, design of experiment. Okay, all right. So in order to implement the OEL, this is the route. Okay, this is the step sequentially. Okay, actually, I have shared with all of you the memorandum of OEL through UTM e-learning. Okay, you can read through the memorandum that consists of all the informations about the problem statement and also what you have to do, okay, in order to complete this task. Okay, so after you downloaded the memo given, you need to identify the problem statement. Okay, identify the problem statement. What is the actual problem statement? Okay, from this identified problem statement, design the whole experiment procedures. Okay, design the whole experiment procedures. In designing the whole experiment procedures, you need to separate. Okay, you need to separate the whole experiment into the what we call that, into the sequence type. Okay, let's say before experiment, during experiment, or after experiment. So normally after experiment, we name it as cleanup. Okay, we name it as cleanup. So in order to clean up the apparatus, what you have to do? Okay, then after you classify it, and also you details the design of experiments step by step, and then you categorize it all these step under the major part. Okay, let's say before experiment, okay, what you have to do, okay, during the experiment. Okay, so for during experiment, if you have part by part, okay, let's say selecting of substance A, okay, subline of substance A, okay, clean up of substance A. So you can make it part by part. Okay, and then for the cleaning the cleaning the uh, work, workplace. Okay, then this is categorized under the last part. So after you identify all these parts sequentially, okay, you can start preparing a proposal. Okay, after you prepare a proposal that consists of less than 10 pages, okay, I just want less than 10 pages because it is just a proposal, not a lab report. Okay, so make it simple, precise, and also perfect completely. Okay, so after you prepare a proposal, prepare for the conducting a pre-lab. And for your information, in this part, organic chemistry part, okay, the pre-lab presentation will be conducted virtually. Okay, I repeat, for the pre-lab presentation, it will be conducted virtually. Okay, so what you have to do, presenting a proposal. Okay, please make sure that each and every members in the group, you must present, okay, part by part. You cannot assign someone to present the whole work, okay, from the beginning till the end. So you need to assign everyone in the group must take into um, contribution, okay, must take contribution to present the proposal, because every one of you will be asked by the panels. Okay, we have three panels, whereas I will be the moderator of the whole session. So you will ask by these instructors, okay, what to do and what's not, what is the correct way. Okay, so please take parts actively. Okay, then during this presentation of proposal, we can validate the suggested procedures and also the expected data collection. Okay, we will give you the advice. Okay, is this procedures is correct or incorrect? So if incorrect, so what you have to do for the amendment? Okay, then also whether the data collection is sufficient or not sufficient. Okay, whether it is relevant to the design of experiment. So all this will be asked during the presentation of the proposal. Okay, then this will be done by next week. So today you attend for the briefing session. So a week after, you will be assessed according to the design of experiment that you have recommended to us. Okay, then 2 weeks after, okay, 2 weeks after, and I expected that all students are ready in the campus. Okay, so hands-on practical will be conducted to execute the design experiment that you have discussed, or the procedure, validated procedures, okay, that has been approved during the presentation session. Okay, then after you did the successfully done the hands-on or practical in the lab, okay, all the results must be validated by the instructor. Okay, the instructor will give you whether these results obtained is correct or not correct, okay, or incorrect. So you will be validated face to face, okay, or physically. So what can I say? This consists of 3 weeks. Okay, all these steps will be implemented in 3 weeks. Okay. All right. Do you have any questions so far? Do you have any questions so far? If you don't have questions, or maybe you have questions, or you um call shy to ask me verbally, okay, you can also write it down at the chat room. Okay, you can also personally chat to me. Okay, so if don't have you don't have any questions, okay, let's me proceed. Okay, identify the problem statement. Okay, how you want to identify the problem statement? As I said, the selected experiment. Okay, we have chosen sublimation procedures or sublimation experiment, okay, for the open-ended laboratory. Okay, so in order to fulfill this experiment, okay, you have to know what is the definition of sublimation. Okay, so after you know the definition, you can come out with the procedure. Okay, so what is the correct procedure of changing the phase from one phase to another phase? You need to know. Sublimation is a process that taken place from which phase to what phase. Okay, all right, then practice the technique for purifying the organic solid compounds. Okay, so in this case, you need to find the technique to purify the organic solid compounds. For the selected of organic solid compounds, you are needed to suggest or to execute the experiment related to sublimation procedures, okay, for purifying the organic solid compounds by selecting two organic solid compounds. Okay, this selection is based on for the comparison. Okay, is based on the comparison purposes. Okay, if you select only one organic solid compound, it's hard for us to see the differences between these two characteristics. Okay, so you need to find at least 2. Okay, so I think I will give you about maximum. If you think that you're able to finish it quickly, okay, so you can choose about 3 organic compounds. Is more interesting. Okay, so if you think that 2 solid compounds are sufficient to be conducted within the stipulated time, okay, so you can just proceed with these 2 organic solid compounds. However, 1 organic solid compound use is not encourageable. Okay, we um, we not encourage you to select only 1 organic solid compounds because it enable us to see the differences, okay, of the characteristic. Okay, then the selected organic solid compound must has the melting point and also the boiling point less than 200 degrees Celsius, because the higher the temperature of the melting point and also the boiling point of the selected substances, okay, it is longer time taken to complete the experiment. So the higher the melting and boiling point, the longer time taken for completion. Okay, otherwise, if you select the solid compound that has lesser melting and boiling point, the quicker the experiment can be completed. All right, so it is clear, right? Okay, otherwise, okay, you are having the difficulties if you select the substance that consists of more than 250 degrees Celsius of the melting oil, the boiling point. Okay, in addition to this, you are highly encouraged to select the organic chemistry compound that doesn't give a harmful effect, such as combustible, inflammation, and also poisonous, okay, to your health, okay, or to the environment. Okay, please avoid of using organic solid compounds that can give us and can give yourself the harmful effect. Okay, please avoid that. Okay, how do you want to identify whether this organic solid compound give the harmful effect or not? After you select the organic solid compound, you can also find the MSDS of this organic solid compound through internet. Okay, MSDS, material safety data sheet. Okay, MSDS. So you can see or you can revise the MSDS about the safety precautions, the level of hazard of this compound selected. Okay, so download the MSDF for each component. Okay, then use the component available in the small lab kit. For your information, we provide you a complete small lab kit. Okay, 1 bag, okay, a set of small lab kit that consists of glassware. And the details about the small lab kit is also provided in the UTM e-learning. So you can see, you can revise, and also you can practice imaging. Okay, what is the step that can be conducted using this all the components in the small lab kits. Okay, and then after you identify the organic solid compounds, the hazard levels, okay, and also the components in the small lab kit that can be used to fulfill the procedures that you plan. Okay, you now ready to prepare a proposal. Okay, so this is the how you can what we call the fulfill the requirements of OEL. All right, so this is the outlines of the proposal. Okay, as I said, proposal must be presented to us a week after, meaning that next week at 2 p.m. Okay, next week at 2 p.m. Okay, same day, Tuesday, and same time, 2 p.m. Okay, so from this previous explanation, Okay, you need to select two different solid compounds for comparison. I have explained it before. This is for the comparison purposes. Okay, identify components available in the small lab kits for conducting experiment. Okay, you based on the guidelines, manual guideline for the small lab kit, you can see various components in the set of small lab kits. So, different components has different function. Okay, different component has different function. Please make it clear. Okay, what is the correct component that can be used to execute the specific procedure. Okay, so we have a suction flask. We also have the round bottom flask. Okay, so this is a different a component has a different function. So um you cannot use incorrect procedure with the incorrect uh, component. So you can also find it through internet. Okay, find it through internet or find it through YouTube. Okay, what is the purpose of this component and how to use it? All right. Okay, so it is important to you to design the experiment that takes place about 2.5 hours and less than this for completion. Okay, please make the procedures. The overall procedures must take less than 2.5 hours for completion. Okay, if the procedures, okay, if the procedure is expected more than 2.5 hours, okay, we wonder uh, we okay, maybe okay, after 2.5 hours, maybe it will take a longer than this expected time. Okay, please make sure that this experiment won't take much time. Okay, so how to define it? How to identify it? Okay, so it is based on the selectors of melting and boiling point. As I said, you can select the organic solid compound that has lesser than 200 degrees Celsius. The lesser the melting and boiling point, the quicker the process is. Okay, so this will reflect to the overall time taken for completion. Okay, then after you select all those things, okay, you can now design the experiment procedure and make it sequentially. Okay, then please make sure that all the procedures after you arrange it, okay, sequentially, okay, you identify the related safety precautions involved. Okay, let's say once you involve with high temperature procedures. So what are the safety precautions that you need to you need to fulfill? Okay, so we will ask you next week during the presentation. Okay, so this involve very high temperature. So how you control these procedures and what are the safety precautions involved? So all these questions will be asked next week. So you have to prepare the answer correctly. Okay, then after you state the safety precautions involved for each procedure, okay, then finally list all the expected data collection and make it um, in a table form. Okay, so I think tabulated data collection is appropriate to be presented. So it express the outline of the data collection. All right. Do you have any questions so far? Do you have any questions so far, class? Do you have any question? Is it clear? So far, no, doctor. Okay. So is this explanation clear? Okay. Saya rasa if you have questions after this, maybe during the proposal, tiba-tiba soalan tu datang kan across in your plate, you can just text me or you can deliver the questions to Ziad so that Ziad can send to me accordingly. Alright, so this is the overall schedule for open-ended laboratory implementation. Okay, this week, okay, we have the briefing session, which is today, section 1, 6th of April, Tuesday, and section 2 will be on this Thursday. Okay, then next week will be the proposal submission. Okay, proposal submission, you will submit the proposal during the presentation. Okay, during the presentation. Alright, so the proposal will be amended if the procedures and also the safety precautions are incorrectly stated. Okay, incorrectly stated. Okay, so I think we have expert here. We have Iwamoto Sensei, we have Dr. Iza, and also we have uh, Miss Eileen. All are scientists. Okay, they are able to evaluate your proposals and presentation accordingly. Okay, all right. So if you receive negative comment or the improvement comments, so you need to amend the proposal according to the comments given. Okay, and then you resubmit to me the proposal. So you have two proposal. Okay, the same proposal, but depending to the comments given. Okay, the first proposal, which is proposal 1, before you submit, before you start the presentation. Okay, then after a proposal 2 is after you receive the comments and then you amend it accordingly. So that is what we call corrected proposal. So there are two proposals. Okay, if you are lucky, the proposal that you presented during the presentation session, it is also the finalized proposal. So you have the excellent procedures selected, you have the correct we call that the correct components of the small lab kit that you selected. So everything is in place, so you don't have problems, you are lucky, and then you can proceed with proposal 1 as a finalized proposal as well. Okay, then the other 2 weeks later, okay, you I think 19th of April until 23rd of April. Okay, I'm expecting that we able to see your face, we able to engage physically. Okay, and then during this session we can execute the practical experimental works in the lab, and this will be conducted at the chemistry lab. Okay, so this week and also next week it will be still conducted virtually, okay, via Webex, room, okay, Webex room. All right, so starting 19th of April, we expect that we able to see all of you in the chemistry lab, level 2, block B. It's not at MJIT area. This is different blocks, different block. Okay, then by end of April, before you start experiment number experiment number 2. Okay, actually here experiment number 2, you need to submit the report, the OEL report. Okay, so for the report submission, this is based on the group based report, not the individual. Only OEL experiment, okay, is being prepared for the group based report. Okay, then the others, practical by group, in group base. However, the preparation of the lab report is based on the individual base, not the group base, except for the OEL. Okay, so I think it is clear. All right, so this is the details about the proposal defense. Okay, the proposal defense will be conducted via Webex room. Okay, so for the proposal, you need to prepare a slide presentation using PPTX, okay, presentation PowerPoint format. Okay, then for the pre-lab, okay, can be conducted or can be demonstrated via recorded video or live. So it is based on your creativity, okay, and also the clarifications method. So it is based on your decision. Okay, if you think that you don't want to take a high risk during the live, okay, so you can record the video prior to the presentation session. Okay, so if you think that it's hard for us, it's hard for you to present, to record the video because you don't have the apparatus, okay, you can explain to us during the live. Maybe you can draw. Okay, you draw the round bottom. It's not the actual. You bring the actual round bottom plus no need. So what you have to do is you can use the whiteboard. Okay, draw. This is the round bottom. Okay, so pour 2 ml of the pour 2 gram of solid compound in the round bottom flask and then swirl it. Okay, so you can explain to us, demonstrate to us by drawing. Okay, you can use PowerPoint, you use the whiteboard, or you can use any medium. So it's up to you how, as long as we understand what you are demonstrating during the presentation session. So it is up to you. Okay. However, you need to present to us within the stipulated time frame. Okay. We provide to you 20 minutes per group. 20 minutes per group, where 10 minutes is given. 10 minutes is given for the presentation. Okay. And followed by the 10 minutes for questions and answer session. Okay, please fulfill this requirement. Okay, I repeat, 10 minutes presentation that consists of content of the whole presentation, of the whole design of experiment, the procedures, what is the objective, what is the problem statement, the objective, what we call that procedures, methodology, expected data, and also pre-lab demonstration. So all of these consists in this within this 10 minutes given. Okay, and another 10 minutes is our time. Okay, is the panels or evaluators time. So if you not comply with 10 minutes, okay, you are uh, you are unlucky because we cannot see, we cannot evaluate you completely because we need time. Okay, we need time to revise your procedures step by step. So it will take much time to decide. Okay. All right. Then contents of presentation should include all the importance or related points. So please do not what we call that left any or missing any information, important information. Okay, you work it in a group base, so I can feel that everyone takes part, complete this task, and please assign checker. Okay, please assign someone to be a checker to make sure that all the informations are comply or are fulfilled. Okay, then follow the instruction. Okay, and then assign someone to record the video to make sure that the video is video or the presentation, live presentation is um comply the time given. Okay, make it short is better. Okay, then please make sure that all the contents are being prepared and will be well presented later. Okay, so this is the proposal as well as assessment rubrics. Okay, for your information, a template of proposal is being shared in UTM e-learning for your reference. Okay, so this is the title, sublimation. Group members, please state group. Okay, so your group number, your group here is based on the group number. Sorry, it's not group name but group number. States the names of all the group members. Okay, makes your name as the top one before the others. Okay, then the briefing, the date of briefing, which is today, and the lecturers is me and Iwamoto, saying same. And the course code is SMJC2701. All right, so this is the proposal assessment rubric. Okay, I don't want to explain the others. I just want you to see at the good and outstanding columns. Okay, goods and outstanding columns. Please revise it accordingly. Okay, for the outstanding, this is the best evaluated skills given. Okay, please make sure for the introduction and literature review that the background information is research and sci-tech, okay, well written objective and scope. Okay, um, for the objective and scope, it is actually given in the statement of the memorandum. Okay, please identify it and make it clear. All right. So I unable to provide to you the actual objective, right? I want you to find it yourself. Okay, for the materials and methods, okay, for in order to prepare a proposal, you need to identify what are the materials and the exact amount, or what we call that the uh, expected, okay, roughly estimated, okay, estimated amounts. Okay, you need to identify and well written. Steps are easy to follow and relevant to be conducted in a lab. Okay, anticipated result and discussion, complete analysis with good supporting evidence. If you have the good supporting evidence from the previous step, from the previous experiment conducted by the other researchers, you can also present to us during the presentation next week. Okay, for the references, highly related to your studies, which is sublimation. Okay, if you use it in the text, please make sure that you cite tag in the text and listed in the references list in the proper format. And for the report quality, the report is well organized and cohesive and contains no mechanical errors. Please make sure that you make it sequentially and well prepared. Okay, so this is the important outlines, okay, for the proposals. Okay, you must prepare the introduction and literature review that states the experimental background, objective, only one objective is needed, experimental scope. Okay, experimental scope is the boundary that cover in your design of experiment. Okay, for the methodology, okay, so for the introduction and literature review, I'm expecting about 3 to 4 pages only. It depends on your efforts. Okay, then for the methodology, okay, I will put here only 2 maximum. Okay, only 2 maximum that states the equipment and materials used. Okay, please make sure that all the equipments are the components available in the small lab kit. You cannot use other than this. If you want to use other than the components available in the small lab kit, you need to get the approval from us. Okay, especially Iwamoto Sensei, because he knows better. Okay, then experimental procedure methodology must be listed sequentially and clearly. Okay, sequentially and clearly. Okay, clear means we know the time taken to execute this step. We know the amount needed. Okay, we know the apparatus used for the procedure. Okay, so let's say transferring. Okay, transferring this liquid using what? Okay, using how much you want to transfer it. Okay, so every of these elements should be included. It should be included in the procedures. The anticipated results and discussion, we expect about 6 pages maximum that consists of data collection, table, and data analysis and discussion. Okay, however, this not the compulsory 6 pages. You can also go for 2 pages. You can also go for 3 pages based on your search supporting documents or supporting discussion. All right. So you can also state about minimum 2. Okay, minimum 2 pages. Okay, then for the references is according to APA style. Okay, so these are the proper proposal outlines. Okay, the report should be typed using a word or text processor. Okay, the font type and size they are commonly used for printed academic material should be Times New Roman, you must use the Times New Roman with font size 12 and spacing 1.15. It's not 1.5, but 1.15 spacing. For the margin, all pages should be set with the same margin. The left, right, top, and bottom margin should be 2.5 at every size. Okay, then for the graph and table, okay, you must follow the template. Sorry, here as below here is taken directly from the words, but you can follow the template. Okay, for the font size, the bold and unbold type, and the others. The font size is 12 and the font type is Times New Roman. And for the references, you can use the APA style. Okay, all right. So APA style, if you want to know what is the APA or APA style, you have to revise the template accordingly. All right. Okay, I think that's all. Okay, I think that's all. It's just a short. You can use the other 2 hours for discussion because I know that all of you here don't have a class because this class is allocated about 3 hours. You can use 3 to 5 p.m. for discussion because this is the only time that you able to see or not interrupt your rest time at night. Okay, so you can continue the discussion after this. Okay, and what else? The group members, I'm sure that all of you know your group members. Okay, then all right. So I'm open for the question and answer. Do you have any questions and answer? Okay, ada soalan. Doktor, do we need to conduct sublimation for both organic compounds? The answer is yes. The process is same. The procedure is same. However, the selected of organic compounds is different. We want to know what is the outcomes or output from different selected of organic compounds. And also, please make sure that the selected organic compound the selected organic compounds does not similar to the others group. Okay, does not similar to the others group. If you know that the others group, please make it variations. Okay, and the procedure must include in the purifications the compounds too. Yes, the procedure for the sublimation should be clearly stated. Okay, for each for the for us subliming the selected organic compounds. Okay, ada satu soalan. Okay, yang lain ada soalan ke? This message was sent to me privately. Okay, selalunya yang mana privately ni saya tak nyatakanlah nama dia. Okay, ada apa-apa soalan lagi ke? Boleh tanya saya. So I will finish earlier. Okay, saya expect dalam 3 PM we will finish, but now is 2:56. Okay. If the compounds we choose not available in lab, how should we do? If the compounds, okay, okay. So we will advise you next week. Okay, you can just present to us. Okay, what are the selected compounds that you want to use? Okay, and then we will advise you, is these compounds available in lab or not? Okay. The most critical part is the procedures. If you can list as much as the solid organic compounds that has the melting and boiling point less than 200 degrees C. Okay, then during the presentation we can help you to decide on the selection of organic compound. Okay, what else? All right. Okay, thank you, doctor. Okay, welcome. Okay, who else? Who else? Okay, if you don't have the questions, okay, I think that is all. okay, in this briefing session, and thank you for your time. Okay, I hope that you can use this to discuss this time to discuss with your friends. Okay, and I will see you back next week. Okay, at the same day and same time. Please also check your schedule, presentation schedule before you join the class. Okay, so next week only 20 minutes per group, okay, will be allocated. Okay, thank you all for your attention, for your cooperation, and I will see you next week. Okay, so to those who has scanned the QR code, you may leave the group, and only one person has not scanned the QR code, you can still remain in this group. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and we are done.
Thank you, Nabila Sensei.
Thank you.
Terima kasih, Sensei.
See you. Hi, hi. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarvashini.
Doktor,
Yes, yet.
sorry Doktor, yang untuk lab report individual tu kan, dekat yang course code tu saya silap tulis, saya tulis CPE, tapi lepas tu saya edit jadi yang tu lah SMJC2701 tu, tapi bila saya hantar kat Google kat yang G Drive tu dia still CPE kat, so saya tak tahu kenapa macam tu.
Tak apa, thank you for the notification. Okay.
Alright. Okay, Doktor, lepas tu saya tak tahu, saya tak ingat saya dah scan ke belum, boleh saya scan je lain sekali ke?
Sekejap saya check dulu dekat sini. Kalau you dah scan, saya takkan buka lah
Okay, baik Doktor.
Sekejap. Saya check dulu Ziad. Ziad tunggu sekejap dia lambat sikit nak buka Google ni.
Alright.
Organic chemistry. Explanation clear, Ziad?
Tapi kalau tu pun nanti saya cuba check kat e-learning balik. Nanti apa-apa nanti saya tanya balik lah Doktor.
Alright, thank you.
Doktor, yang group tu memang untuk sampai Profesor Koji Wamoto sekali ya? Okay.
Sekejap Ziad dah scan
Alright, thank you Doktor.
You're welcome. Alright. Okay, so I will end this meeting. Okay, thank you guys.